Let's be honest. We live in a world where pleasure is at our fingertips. A world where instant gratification is the new normal. You've been told that masturbation is harmless, even healthy, that it's natural, and that everyone does it. But here's the question no one asks. At what cost? At what point does something natural become a trap? A crutch that silently robs you of your strength, your drive, and your self-respect. How many times have you felt guilty after doing it? How many times have you sworn you'd stop, only to do it again? If that sounds familiar, you are not alone. Because what they don't tell you is that this habit isn't just a release. It's a slow, silent addiction. An addiction designed to keep you weak. But today that ends. Because in this video, we're going to break it all down. The science behind why this addiction takes over your mind. The philosophy that can help you take back control. And most importantly, the steps you must take to reclaim your power. And trust me, once you know the truth, you will never look at this habit the same way again. So stay until the end, because this might just be the video that changes everything for you. Let's begin. Part 1. The hidden cost. Let's talk about something most men don't even realize. The real cost of masturbation. Not just the minutes wasted, not just the energy drained, but the invisible damage happening inside your mind every single time you do it. Because here's the truth. What feels like a harmless habit is actually a silent addiction rewiring your brain to keep you weak, unmotivated, and disconnected from your true potential. And you won't even realize it until it's too late. When you masturbate, your brain releases a massive surge of dopamine, the same reward chemical responsible for feelings of pleasure, motivation, and satisfaction. It's the same system triggered when people use drugs, gamble, or eat junk food. Now, dopamine isn't bad. It's essential for motivation, drive, and ambition. It's what makes you push forward in life. But here's the problem. Your brain wasn't designed for the kind of dopamine overload that comes from today's world of constant, easy pleasure. Think about it. Ancient warriors and leaders got their dopamine from real achievements, winning battles, mastering a craft, or building their legacy. Modern men, they get it from a screen, from fantasy, from an illusion that gives them everything, without effort. Your brain doesn't know the difference between working hard for something and pressing play on a video. All it knows is that dopamine equals reward. So what happens? You train your mind to take the easy way out. Instead of pushing through discomfort, instead of working on your goals, instead of becoming a man of value, your brain learns that it can get instant satisfaction without earning it. And the more you give in, the weaker you become. Because here's the scariest part. Your brain adapts. Every time you flood your system with easy pleasure, your brain raises the threshold for dopamine, meaning what once excited you barely affects you anymore. What once satisfied you now feels empty. And to get the same rush, you need more. This is why men who can't stop masturbating often fall deeper into addiction, seeking more extreme content, watching for longer, chasing a high that's never as good as the first time. It's not because they're weak. It's because their brain is rewired to crave it. And that's where the trap begins. The real price you pay. The worst part, masturbation doesn't just waste time. It slowly takes away the things that make you a man. It kills your motivation. When you get instant pleasure without effort, you stop working for real rewards. Why chase success if your brain already feels satisfied doing nothing? It destroys your energy. After ejaculation, your body releases prolactin, a hormone that makes you feel lazy, tired, and unmotivated. Ever wondered why you feel exhausted after finishing? That's why. It weakens your confidence. You start feeling like you need it to relax, to cope, to feel good. Instead of facing life's challenges, you escape into a fake world where everything is easy. It diminishes your attraction to real women. Studies show that men addicted to pornography and masturbation become less attracted to real partners. Why? Because your brain gets conditioned to artificial stimulation, making normal interactions feel dull by comparison. So let me ask you, are you really in control? Or has this habit slowly taken control of you? Because here's the brutal truth. A man who can't control his own desires will never control his own life. And that's exactly what we'll fix in this video. What the Stoics knew about self-control. The ancient Stoics didn't have modern science. But they understood something even more powerful. That true strength comes from mastering your desires. Marcus Aurelius, the great Roman emperor, wrote, "The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts." Think about that for a moment. What kind of thoughts dominate your mind? Are they the thoughts of a man building his future? Or are they the thoughts of a man stuck in a cycle of craving and regret? Because the moment you give in to impulse, you let go of your power. And a man without power, he is lost. But here's the good news. You can take back control right now. In the next part, we'll break down how to rewire your brain to escape this cycle forever. So stay with me, because if you're serious about changing, this is where it begins. If this is hitting home for you, drop a comment below. I choose discipline. I choose power. I choose control. And if you're ready to break free from this cycle, hit like and subscribe, because in the next part, we're diving deep into the strategies you need to quit for good. Now let's continue. Part 2, Rewiring Your Brain, How to Break Free from the Dopamine Trap. Your brain is not your enemy, but if you don't take control, it will act like one. Right now, you might feel like quitting is impossible. Like no matter how hard you try, you always end up giving in, clicking that website, grabbing your phone, or falling back into the same cycle. Why? Because you are up against something most people don't even realize. Your own brain's chemistry has been hijacked. Let me explain. Dopamine is a neurotransmitter responsible for motivation, reward, and pleasure. It's the reason you feel good when you eat your favorite food, accomplish a goal, or receive a compliment. But there's a problem. Not all dopamine is created equal. In the past, dopamine was a reward for survival-based activities, hunting, problem-solving, or building something. But today, we've created shortcuts to get those same dopamine hits instantly and artificially, through scrolling, junk food, and most dangerously, pornography and excessive masturbation. Every time you engage in this habit, your brain floods with dopamine. But the problem is, you didn't earn it. Unlike exercising, building a business, or winning a challenge, which requires effort, this pleasure comes for free. And what happens when you get pleasure without effort? Your brain adapts and demands more. Desensitization. Why nothing excites you anymore. At first, the thrill is there. But over time, your brain needs more stimulation to feel the same high. That's why what once excited you no longer works. You need more content, more extreme versions, longer sessions. And in real life, you stop feeling excited about normal things. Your motivation drops. Real-life relationships feel dull. The worst part, you don't even realize it's happening. This is exactly why ancient Stoics, warriors, and kings warned against overindulgence in pleasure. Seneca, the great Stoic philosopher, once said, "No man is free who is a slave to his body." If you let yourself be controlled by cheap pleasures, you are not in control of your life. But here's the good news. Your brain can be rewired. Neuroplasticity, how to reclaim your power. Your brain is like a muscle. It can change, adapt, and reset. The same way you trained it to crave pleasure, you can train it to crave discipline, success, and real achievement. Here's how. Detox from artificial dopamine. For at least 30 days, completely remove the things that are hijacking your brain. Porn, excessive scrolling, mindless entertainment. Your brain will resist at first, but after a few weeks, your dopamine levels will begin to reset. Replace it with real rewards. Instead of fake dopamine hits, earn your rewards. Exercise, build a skill, create something. The more you struggle for your pleasure, the more fulfilling it becomes. Delay gratification. The Stoics practiced voluntary hardship. They deliberately denied themselves pleasure to strengthen their willpower. You must do the same. When you feel the urge, resist. Each time you do, you become stronger. At this point, you have a choice. Keep feeding the habit, Keep feeling unmotivated, uninspired, and drained. Or take control. Rewire your brain, regain your focus, and step into the version of yourself that is in control, powerful, and unstoppable. Most men never even question their habits. They stay trapped, never understanding why they lack energy, drive, or excitement for life. But you are different, because now you know the truth. And once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. So what will you do next? Now let's move forward. We've just exposed how this habit is rewiring your brain against you. But what's next? How do you develop the inner strength to truly master yourself? Stay with me, because in the next part, we'll unlock the Stoic method to self-control and mastery. Part 3. The Stoic method to self-control and mastery. At this point, you understand how your brain is being hijacked, how every time you give in, the chains of addiction tighten. But knowledge alone isn't enough. How do you break free? This is where Stoicism becomes your weapon. The Stoics weren't just philosophers sitting around discussing theories. They were warriors, emperors, and strategists, men who had to master themselves in order to lead, fight, and win. And if you want to reclaim control over your mind, over your urges, over your very identity, then you must train like they did. Step 1. Voluntary hardship, strengthening the mind through resistance. The modern world has made men weak. Everything is instant. Fast food, instant gratification, endless entertainment. Pleasure is easy. Discipline is rare. The Stoics understood this danger. That's why they practiced discomfort. Not because they enjoyed suffering, but because they knew that a man who can endure pain by choice becomes unbreakable. Seneca, one of the greatest Stoic philosophers, would deliberately live as a poor man for days at a time, eating nothing but basic food, sleeping on the ground, because he wanted to prove to himself that he could endure hardship, that he was stronger than his circumstances. And so are you. Next time you feel the urge to give in to temptation, resist. Sit with it. Observe it. Do not act on it. Because every time you resist, you're training your mind to become stronger than your impulses. Step 2. Delay gratification, the art of control. Think about it. Who is truly powerful? The man who immediately gives in to every craving, or the man who feels the urge, but chooses when and how to act? Marcus Aurelius, the emperor of Rome, would remind himself daily, you have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The modern world has robbed you of this power. With the tap of a screen, you can drown yourself in dopamine, cheap entertainment, instant pleasure, digital fantasies. But here's the truth. Pleasure that is too easy to obtain loses its value. That's why the most powerful men in history have always understood the power of restraint. When you feel the urge, wait. When you crave an escape, pause. When you seek pleasure, ask yourself, do I control this? Or does this control me? The longer you delay gratification, the more control you gain. And the more control you gain, the less power this habit has over you. Step 3. Shift your energy. Replace weakness with strength. Here's the brutal truth. You don't eliminate a habit. You replace it. If you don't fill the space left by this habit, you will eventually go back. Because the mind hates emptiness. This is why so many men relapse. They try to quit, but they don't replace the habit with something equally engaging, equally rewarding. So instead of trying to just stop, you must redirect. Train your body. Hit the gym. Run. Lift weights. Use your energy to build, not destroy. Train your mind. Read philosophy. Study a skill. Build a business. Create something that demands your focus. Pursue your purpose. Find a mission that excites you. A man without a purpose is a slave to his urges. Because here's the truth. If you don't direct your energy, it will direct you. What happens next, and why you must keep going? Right now, you have 2 paths in front of you. 1, you stay the same. You keep giving in, you keep feeling weak, drained, and lost. Or 2, you take back control. You train your mind like a warrior. You build resilience like a philosopher. You become a man who commands himself. But here's something you haven't realized yet. This habit isn't just affecting your mind. It's affecting your confidence, your relationships, and the way women perceive you. And that's exactly what we're going to expose in the next part. Because the truth is, if you think this only affects you in private, you're wrong. The way you carry yourself, the energy you bring, the way women feel around you, it's all connected. So keep watching, because the next lesson is the one no one talks about, but every man needs to hear. Part 4. How this destroys your confidence in relationships. Most men think this is just a private habit, something that doesn't hurt anyone. But that's a lie. And if you don't believe that, ask yourself this. Have you ever walked into a room and felt invisible? Have you ever spoken to a woman and felt like she wasn't really interested? Have you ever seen a man with a commanding presence, the kind that naturally attracts respect, and wondered, why don't I have that? The answer? Your energy. The way you move, the way you speak, the way you carry yourself, all of it is affected by this habit. And here's why. Your brain is leaking vital energy. There's a reason why warriors, athletes, and kings throughout history have warned against overindulgence. The Stoics believed that true power comes from mastering desire, that every time you act on impulse, you weaken your willpower, and over time, that leaks into everything you do. The modern world has normalized weakness, but deep down you know the truth. You've felt it. That low energy feeling, the lack of drive, the quiet insecurity that creeps in when you face the real world after losing yourself to pleasure. And women, they feel it too. Because attraction isn't just about looks, it's about presence. Women are wired to read energy. Women don't fall for men based on logic. They feel. They sense confidence before a man even speaks. They pick up on energy, on the way you carry yourself. If you walk into a room with full energy, full control, and full confidence, she notices. If you walk in feeling depleted, insecure, and unmotivated, she notices. And if you've been wasting your energy on empty pleasure, your body knows it. You can try to fake confidence, try to act smooth, try to say all the right things, but she won't feel anything. Because when a man lacks control over himself, a woman instinctively knows, this man isn't strong enough to lead me, and she will always be drawn to the man who is. Have you ever seen a man who just radiates power? He doesn't need to say he's confident, he just is. The way he moves, the way he looks at people, the way he takes up space. His presence demands attention. And here's the truth. Every time you give in to this habit, you drain that energy. It's not just about discipline, it's about how you show up in the world. When you break free from this cycle, something changes. Your voice gets deeper, because testosterone isn't being depleted. Your eye contact becomes stronger, because you're no longer ashamed of yourself. Your posture improves, because confidence is no longer an act, it's real. Women feel this shift, and men, they respect it. Because whether people realize it or not, they can sense when a man is in control of himself. And when you walk into a room with that kind of power, everything changes. What comes next? The final step to power. So now you see the truth. This isn't just about a habit, it's about your identity. Who you are when you walk into a room, how people feel when you speak, and most importantly, how you feel about yourself. And now, we move to the final step, the exact process for breaking free. The strategies the most disciplined men use to stay in control for life. Because you're not here to just hear the problem, you're here to fix it. So let's finish this. Part 5. Breaking free and reclaiming your power. You see how this habit has been robbing you of your energy, confidence, and presence. You see how it affects your mind, your discipline, and the way people, especially women, respond to you. And now, it's time to break free. Not just for a few weeks, not just for a month, for life. Because this isn't about restriction. This is about freedom. The freedom to wake up motivated. The freedom to walk into any room and own it. The freedom to build a life where your energy belongs to you, not your impulses. So here's how you take that power back. Step 1. The shift in identity. You are not a slave to this. The biggest mistake men make is this. They try to quit as the same man who started. And that's why they fail. Because if you still see yourself as someone who tries to quit, you're already lost. You're still identifying with the weakness. And the mind doesn't work that way. If you want to change, you need to become the kind of man who doesn't do this. Ask yourself, would a king drain his energy for nothing? Would a warrior waste his power before battle? Would a man on a mission throw away his strength for a few seconds of pleasure? Of course not. And the reason men like Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, and the Spartans were so unshakable was because they didn't see themselves as weak men trying to be strong. They saw themselves as strong men who refused to be weak. This is your new identity. You are no longer a man who tries to stop. You are a man who doesn't need it. Once you believe this, everything changes. Step 2. Rewire your brain. Kill the trigger before it starts. Most men fail because they try to fight the urge when it's already too late. By the time you feel the temptation, the battle is already lost. Instead, you need to attack the pattern at its source. Here's how. Find the pattern. When do you usually give in? Is it late at night? When you're bored? When you're stressed? Replace the pattern. Give your mind something better. When you feel the urge, drop and do 10 push-ups. Go outside for fresh air. Take a cold shower. Read something that challenges your mind. The goal isn't to resist, it's to redirect. Because the truth is, you don't need this. You're just stuck in a loop, and the moment you break the loop, your brain starts working for you instead of against you. Step 3. The dopamine reset. Take back control. Your brain has been trained to expect easy pleasure. And the only way to fix this, replace the fake reward with a real one. Every time you say no, you're saying yes to something greater. Yes to self-respect. Yes to more confidence. Yes to more energy, more focus, and more power. And the best part, once you go long enough without it, something changes. You stop craving it. You stop thinking about it. You stop feeling controlled by it. And instead of wasting your energy on something that gives you nothing, you start using it to create the life you actually want. Step 4. The rule that changes everything. Never 2 in a row. Here's the reality. You might slip. It happens. But there's one rule that will make sure you never go back to who you were. Never do it 2 times in a row. If you ever fall, you get up immediately. You don't make excuses. You don't say, I'll stop next week. You stop now. Because the difference between men who stay stuck and men who break free isn't that they never fall. It's that when they do, they don't stay down. Follow this rule, and you will never lose momentum again. The final test. Can you handle the power? Because once you reclaim your energy, once you start walking into rooms with a new presence, once women start looking at you differently because they can feel the difference, you'll realize something. You were never weak. You were just stuck in a cycle. And now you're free. The only question is, what will you do with this power? Your next move. Most men will hear this and change nothing. They'll nod their heads, maybe feel inspired for a few minutes, and then go right back to their old ways. But you're different, because the fact that you're still here means you're ready to level up, ready to reclaim your strength, determined to become the man you were always meant to be. So here's what you do next. If this message woke you up, hit the like button. Show it to me and to yourself. You're committed to this. If you're ready to take back control, subscribe and turn on the notifications bell so you don't miss out on any content of value. And in the comments, type, I am in control. Because once you say it, you make it real. And the man who controls himself controls everything.